Hi there, and welcome back to another BobBlast. I'm Bob Burridge, and I have a lot to tell you right now. This one is about why I collage before I even begin to paint. All right, so I just came back from a week here at Cheap Joe's doing this class for a whole week of collage and abstract painting. And the reason I bring this up right now is because I'm about to do this at Jerry's Art of the Carolina. And here are some of the examples that we're going to be doing. It's a whole day class of collage, tearing, and abstract painting. And you can see various styles, different techniques here. Some more representative, some are much more abstract, but they're all very meaningful. That's really important, that they have some substance, their meaningfulness. So I'm going to get started here and show you how I do my abstract collage before I start painting. So the papers that I'm using, obviously you can see right here, is black and white. I have black paper, craft paper, tissue paper. I love to make my own patterns. I don't buy these at the store. I make my own patterns. That way I have my ownership, my DNA all over the whole thing. I make my own stripes and then I Xerox them. I have paper ready to go. My gel medium. Anybody's gel medium, it's good glue. That's what I use. It's the only glue I use is gel medium. My big ugly brushes, a bucket of water, here we go, and some white, titanium white. I'm ready to go in and play in the sandbox. Let's go. So this is how I start my abstract and collage painting. First of all, I build up with tissue paper and black and white designs. So this is like underpainting before I even begin to paint. So I have fun with the graphics right at the very beginning. And I'm going to be putting transparent paint on top of the whole thing anyway. So the color isn't important to me right now, it's the graphic design. So here we go, tissue paper, lots of glue, wet that brush, and put lots of glue over the whole surface. I don't tear up little pieces of paper and glue them. I put glue over the whole surface. I'm ready to go. Here we go. This is a big piece. This is a 24 by 24 sheet of Kilimanjaro paper. There you go. Now, let's get right into it. This is the fun part. I don't use scissors. I just tear it. They told me I'm not allowed to have sharp things, so here we go. How far out. Nice big shape. This is me in the sandbox. That's what this is. Now let's get some stripes in there. Variations on a theme here. Oh yeah. See, and I get rid of all the air bubbles right from the very beginning by putting glue on top of it also. In other words, I'm embedding it. Oh, it's kind of fun. Whoa. Let's get into these. There we go. Sure, and more. Lots of glue. I hear an awful lot of you say you get bubbles. It's because, or the paper's not sticking. It's because you're not using enough glue. That's the least expensive tool in this whole process. Glue. So you use it. There we go. Obviously, this is all about patterns and stripes. Again, just the beginning. Look, I even have some that I made over here. A nice paper. Look at that. Whoa. Oh. Doesn't take much to entertain me, I'll tell you. Here we go, more glue on top of that. It's kind of a gray paper with black on it. I like to make my own. Again, as I mentioned earlier, that way I have ownership. Here we go. I don't want someone to look at my painting and say, oh, look, he went to the store and bought all these patterns. I want them to say, well, what's this guy doing? There, that's the beginning. I make sure I'm having fun at the very, very beginning. I work fast, because if I start thinking about it, I won't do it. We tend to overthink everything, right? I like to see what I have here to play with. So all my toys are in the sandbox at this point. Pretty physical, isn't it? Here we go. Nice strong shape. That's the design. And now what I'm going to be doing on the next video is I'll start putting paint in here. This is just the beginning. So if you stay tuned for the next BobBlast, I'll be painting on top of this one and continuing this process of abstract painting and collage. And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is the second half of what we did the last time, where I collaged paper first and then put the paint on top of it. That's what we're going to do, continuation of that one. So if you recall, I had a sketch here, did all of my little sketches. I named the painting. It's called Split Level. That's the name of the painting. And if you recall, I had nothing but black and white patterns glued down with gel medium, and just created this pattern to make it look like it's fun, right? And then of course now I've chosen my colors this time. My colors, using my color wheel, is going to be dominant green. The focal point will be violet, alrighty? And I have my big wide brushes over here, my white paint ready to go, my transparent fluid acrylics from Holbein, they're fantastic. I have also my drawing pencils. I love my drawing pencils. They're the Derwent drawing pencils, water soluble, so I draw right into the wet paint. And I also have my gold paint. I just love all this. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to initially put down a translucent color on top of the whole thing, and then we're going to start really painting. But first of all, I want to get a total overall tone, and this one's going to be magenta over the entire painting. Here we go. So wish me luck. Here's the transparent magenta. I'm going to put it all over the whole painting. I don't measure it all out. Then with a wet paper towel. See, the best part about this, I haven't lost the initial design underneath it. So the color pulls it all together. Pulls it all together. There we go. At least for me, it pulls it all together at this point. I'm going to wipe away some time. Oh, I love this wiping away part. So again, I'm doing everything to the painting that will take me to the direction of the title, Split Level. Now comes the opaque part. Mixing up some gesso or titanium white. I'm going to do what is known as reductive painting. I kind of love that word, reductive. In other words, get rid of the part that doesn't work. And that's the beauty of opaque paint here. Kind of like these little guys. I sure didn't think about this when I was initially doing this the last BobBlast, but it's starting to develop itself. So split level means there's going to be very little up here and a whole lot down in here. So here we go. And the reason I put patterns down, just like this, is so I can go back in and find these little surprises. I love that part. Little surprises here. Now, of course, this is just a short video, so I usually spend a little bit longer time doing this part. You probably have other things to do, so I thought I'd speed this up a little bit here. So I've got this big, heavy thing over here and a little thing over here. That's the whole idea at this point. Looks nice. Simplifying, always simplifying. Take this down even here. There we go. Oh. All right, now I'm going to get a focal point using my color wheel. It's mostly purple-ish. That's the purple. The focal point will be green. Let's go right into the green. Mixing up a little cadmium green with a whole lot of white. I'll find it right in here. Now this is going to be opaque because I've added white to it. Big wide brush. Ooh, that's nice. It's all about color comparison at this point too. I'm going to come back in here and work some more purples, the dominant color. There we go. Oh. Well, I like to work back and forth. The dominant color and the focal point color. Wow. constantly simplifying it and still looking for surprises. I love surprises. And here come the surprises. When I come in and start playing and scraping like this. You can't lay in bed in the morning and dream this stuff up. You have to be pretty present while you're creating. In other words, be mindful, pay attention to what's going on. And of course, I always love the surprises. Anyway, kick this up just a little bit more. Darker green. Whoa. Whoa. Pretty obvious where the focal point is on this painting. There's a lot of stuff going on here and lots of things that are grabbing your attention, but because I'm using the color wheel and the focal point color, it takes you right there. And so the next part, I'm not going to do it in this particular video, is I would add my 2 spice colors around this area right here. And that painting says split level. I hope you really enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing these kinds of things for you. Thanks for sharing them with all your friends. I really appreciate that. And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is the 3rd installment of the previous 2 BobBlasts of why I collage first and then put the paint on top of that. So, if you recall, I put the color wheel close to the painting, so the dominant color was purple-ish, somewhere in there, and of course it pointed to the focal point. Green is the focal point, the whole point of the whole painting. And now this one is all about adding the 2 spice colors. Looks like my color wheel says blue and this yellow. I'm going to put the 2 spice colors around the focal point color, green, and that should really kick it up and augment it. And let's get started. And now for the spice colors. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue. All right, squeezing it out here on my palette. Blue ready to go. I have some white paint so I can make it opaque if I wanted to. Wide bucket of water, big brushes, and now we get started. If you recall, this is what it looked like the last time. A little bit of green in here. Now watch what happens to that green when I add some spice colors. It's just going to kick it up. Whoa. Now, the blue. Just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. I'd say figure somewhere around 5% of the surface. Wow, look how it really kicks it up. I'm going to put it over here too, just close to it. See all the energy now going on around here? Come back in some pure colors again. That just kicks it up so much. So you see it everywhere else too, where this color is all over the place, but it's toned down. Tone it down. Come back in with the blue. When I add it somewhere else, I just make sure it's not as strong or as pure the further away you get. So closer to the focal point color, here's some green. I'm going to augment the green even. That's the focal point color, right? Look at that. Made it brighter, stronger. Now we're painting. And again, going back in, scraping, scratching. Only because I like to draw. And now I'm going to use the Derwent drawing pencils. Again, only because I just like to draw. And I like to make marks. Let me get the other one in here too. As I mentioned in the text, this is me playing in the sandbox. I just love doing this stuff. Whew, that's a nice surprise. Here come their surprises. Adding white, a little bit of the violet, the purple, making it less pink. Whoa. Yeah. Painting right on top of the drawing pencils. It starts to smear. I love it. Simplifying it. And let's do some down here. Yes. Bringing that purple back into play. Split decision. Let's go over here. Oh yeah, let's do this. It's not split decision. This is called split level. It's part of a series of splits that I'm doing right now. I mixed up those words. This is fun, doing a whole series with a title having the word split in it. Split decisions, split level, split personality. See how much fun this can be when you have a sense of purpose. Well, that's what I wanted to show you, how this all develops, starting off with collage paper, sticking to a theme, and starting off loose. I always like to say under every great painting is a great loose painting. There we go. The trick here is for me to keep my hands off of it. So there you are. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Hey, sitting next to these palm trees reminds me of the January workshop coming up here in Puerto Vallarta, 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta in Mexico in January. It's a beachside village, fishing village, a working village. We're having a fantastic time down there. I do it every year for many years now. And we all go down there and fly down. They pick us up at the airport. They take us 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta to get out of town. And that's where we meet all the other artists, and we stay in one casa. It's fantastic. They feed us, they wine us and dine us, and the beach is right there. The atmosphere is wonderful. I do some of my best work there because we stay on the top floor that overlooks the entire beach area, the villa, and the ocean. You'll see whales dropping all over the place. It's fantastic. I hope to see you there at Casa de las Artistas. I wanted to say it right, in Mexico. See you then.